Two Feathers Medicines live healing show. I am joined today by Laura, Massey, Dale Tobin, and Trent and Amanda. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Thank you. How are you guys doing today?
Hold on 1 second. I'm getting all this echo. Sorry about that. Anyways, so we did not admit anyone yet. Hold on. Admit all.
I love it when I press record. It took about 10 seconds to actually do it.
Right. Okay, we're going to ask everybody to please mute your microphones. Everybody, mute your microphones.
So if you've just joined, muting the microphones and turning off the video, thank you.
All righty, we got more people to. You're gonna have to keep on the admit now button, Dale. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Today is an advanced healing show. Trent and Amanda have volunteered to be guinea pigs.
Yeah.
About what was it? 2 weeks ago, you guys called up onto a show, and we were chitter chatting, and ended up doing a healing exercise. Oh, mute whoever you are.
Where are you?
Oh my gosh, that's where I've been going. I've been going
Albert.
home.
All right.
I found
Jesus.
Yeah. Wow. What was going on there? What was going on there?
Yes. I have heard weirder things. Okay. So about 2 weeks ago, you guys popped up on one of my adventures into reality shows, and we ended up doing a healing on you, and a tremendous amount of people commented back at how helpful it was. And I was already in the transition of going from one style presenting to wanting to do another style, which is work with people on an ongoing basis to show the different styles of healing energies that can be going through. And this is what we want to do. If anybody here remembers that last show, go in the chat room and talk about it. What do you guys remember from Trent and Amanda? And if you guys are new to the show and Trent and Amanda from their Facebook page, what we do here is talk about healing, all of its different presence and forms. All righty. So we are getting. So if we got something popping up there, all right, that's fine. Nobody's pinned their imagery. All right. So let's just get started here. So Trent and Amanda, just talk about the last time you guys had an experience live on the show. What kind of healing that it did for you.
Okay, so when we came on, I was having issues with my throat chakra. There was a lot of blockages there, and Andrew had us do some healing on each other and how to speak a revocation, where I was able to remove, much of those blockages, if not all of them. And it's been a lot since then to, be able to express my truth and speak my truth.
Yeah, before she started, you could almost feel the blockage in her throat, like her power was just turned down. And Andrew had me hold her throat while she spoke the revocations. I put my hand on her heart, and she began to be more fluid with her words.
Right, and we physically were pulling the blockages out of the throat and out of the mouth. It was very helpful.
Dale, do you remember that show? Anything you want to bring up on it?
Yes, so it was interesting as well because I've listened to you before and started getting into more of your journey and understanding about it, and you coming together in that format. And from what you've gone through and the experiences you've had, it was incredible and a big teacher for everyone, myself included, of how much passion you both have, how much skill you both have, and how smart you both are in the healing world, in the healing style, so to say. So listening and Andrew helping you from the first show when you were doing the hand techniques as well. It's just an honor to watch your journey, watch you grow, watch myself grow from watching you as well. And the amount of people you've helped from that show and from being on this show is incredible. I've had lots of feedback from a lot of people who've learned a lot of things from it. So great work, guys.
Thank you. It's an
Laura?
honor to.
Laura, anything you want to add?
Yes. Yeah, the same as Dale. I mean, what I think is probably a new one for Andrew is actually have you live on video and doing that on a show, which is fantastic. Especially as we're moving more towards like community, like Two Feathers Medicine is, and working with Andrew to do this. So it was great because you two are very open. Obviously, we had a chat last night and I've got to know you more. You don't hold any resistance to learning and evolving and wanting basically to make yourself, let's say, better healers yourself, but also on the sacred self-mastery journey. I get your commitment. You're on here again tonight, which is fantastic. We're in a world that it does help if you can share your views. It does, and the teaching this is going to give to a lot of people. You've already given a great teaching to a lot of people. And I can see that you will continue to do that because you're so open-hearted and you are connected to your hearts when you do this. And there's just one more thing I'd like to say. I love the fact that Andrew had you pulling the energy out, because a few years ago, I had to do the same thing, very much the same thing with some attachments that weren't serving me. And I actually had to do it over a fire. And as ever, I always trusted what Andrew said. He's the signature frequency teacher for me. And even though I might not have fully understood it at the time, I did it and it worked. Yes. And of course, when you're an energy worker or you work with energy or whatever you want to call it, as soon as you just turn everything into energy, you can almost see it because it's belief as well, isn't it? And you have that belief, which is fantastic. So I really hope that we can work with you a while on this, and I'm really looking forward to this. So thank you both as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it's as looking forward as well, looking into more expansion from Andrew's teachings and healing, and looking into a more detailed view of how it works. So this is a great opportunity for everyone to see it firsthand, some more healing go down, and yeah, what an exciting show it's going to be.
And then how to apply it to yourselves.
Yeah.
When you see it in action, just that pulling out, there are a lot of people don't realize you can pull energy out of yourselves. It's just knowing when, where, how, and why. All right, with that being set up, the way this works is I set up a field of energy that projects light at both Trent and Amanda. Now, Laura and Dale will be doing the exact same thing. Our goal is to project light. And as their light dims or gets stronger, we match it to get stronger. Our light never gets dimmer. But whenever their light gets dimmer, we intensify the light in the areas that are dim. This is the whole way of we get to very carefully, like bread raising over a period of hours, to get some of the deep core subjects to move 1/4 of an inch. And once it moves 1/4 of an inch, you can identify more about it. So we are light projectors here. At the same time, I will be doing a personal spiritual interrogation process, as well as question and answer process, and giving them techniques to do so that we can get at the core of some of the protected programs. In Amanda's situation, we had to do a lot of throat work on her for her real voice to come through. And then people heard it. They heard the real voice emerge, okay? And it's something that, those are that way you get to deal with blockages in a very pleasant, easy way. You need not go into a blockage and rip your hand in there and pull it out like a predator pulling a heart out of a human being. You don't need to do that to all the blockages. Unfortunately, a lot of healers do that. They just reach in and tear it out and then they try to fix whatever the tears are. We want it to come out on its own. Mm-hmm. That's the greatest healing we can do, where that bread rising, that energy, and just until it comes out. If you need just a little helping hand to get it out the mouth, the ears, or whatever, all of a sudden it just starts flowing out. Okay. So again, the way this works is both I will be having Laura and Dale do questionings on their subconscious. So Trent and Amanda, the reference, when we ask you a question, it's the first thing up on your mind. Is that your subconscious or not? And all of us will be in a judgment mode. Yes, judgment mode. Is that really subconscious, or is those defensive conscious answers?
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. So we're going to start off with doing a little bit of a dual healing first. So I want you to both put a hand on the back of each other's neck. Come a little closer. Yeah, there we go. And just kind of bring your heads a little closer together. You can put your heads up together. There you go. Just lean against each other. All right. So you're like watching a movie, relax. You both got a hand on each other. You both feel that comfortable space. All right. So let's start turning on the light. Now we're also going to ask everybody else that's here in the chat room, turn on your light. Thousands of spotlights turning on right now. Trent and Amanda are on stage. Okay. Trent, what's the first thing that comes up to you when the light is shining on you?
The first thing that comes to me is all eyes are on me.
Okay. Amanda?
It's a little nerve-wracking, so I have to kind of, ground into myself a little bit.
Okay. Dale, do you believe that?
No.
What's wrong with that answer? Well, what's wrong with that answer?
I don't know. It just didn't feel truth.
Laura, what about you?
No, I'm sorry, but no.
Okay. 1 point, Trent. No points, Amanda. Let's go deeper, Amanda. What's really going on there?
Well, I'm nervous, but at the same time, I'm excited, to be in the spotlight.
Mm-hmm. Can you let the spotlight in?
Yes, I'm trying to.
Mm-hmm. Who believes that?
In.
Okay. Who believes the spotlight's coming in? Dale?
I do believe the spotlight's coming in, yeah.
How far in?
I'd say at the outer aura at the moment.
Okay, so
just kind
really,
of trying to get in, but there's still loads of different things stopping it.
So Trent, I want you to start massaging the back of her neck to allow the light in. Okay. So Amanda, I just want you to just repeat after me. I, in this ever-present moment of now.
I, in this ever-present moment of now.
Choose to trust my lover, Trent.
Choose to trust my lover, Trent.
Who is rubbing the back of my neck.
Who is rubbing the back of my neck.
Who is sharing this experience of light with me.
Who is sharing this experience of light with me.
All these people that are projecting light at me.
All these people who are projecting light at me.
I may not know you.
I may not know you.
But I can accept your light.
But I can accept your light.
I have defensive systems.
I have defensive systems.
That does not let dirty light in.
That does not let dirty light in.
For just a moment here.
For just a moment here.
I will let down some of the more extreme defenses.
I will let down some of the more extreme defenses.
Because I have issues with trust.
Because I have issues with trust.
These are long-standing issues I've known about for a while.
These are long-standing issues that I've known about for a while.
And I intend to heal them today.
And I intend to heal them today.
These walls may go up and down out of my control.
These walls may go up and down out of my control.
But every time it goes up and down.
But every time it goes up and down.
We will learn more about it.
We will learn more about it.
And piece by piece.
And piece by piece.
Lie by lie.
Lie by lie.
Truth by truth.
Truth by truth.
We will dismantle this defensive wall.
We will dismantle this defensive wall.
And create it into a proper protective system.
And create it into a proper protective system.
Okay. How did that feel when you were saying that?
Good, actually. I can feel it already coming down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Trent, what were you feeling from that?
I was feeling empowered just to be able to hold space for her. And I can also feel her begin to be more vulnerable and let some of the guard down.
Okay. I want you, Trent, I want you to turn sideways, keep the hand on her back and put your other palm of your hand just above the heart space on her chest. There you go. Okay. And now I want you to say, just repeat after me. I, in this ever-present moment of now.
I, in this ever-present moment of now.
Share my protection with you.
share my protection with you.
so that this is a beautiful and unique experience
So this is a beautiful and unique experience
just for you.
just for you.
Feel my love,
Feel my love,
feel my trust,
feel my trust,
and allow us to grow today.
and allow us to grow today.
Okay. Amanda, what are you feeling when he's doing that?
Comforted,
Okay.
safe.
Dale, what are you seeing in the aura?
I'm seeing it's like getting in, but it's not getting in around the heart.
Okay.
There's something around the heart which is stopping it.
Okay, I want you to reach in with your psychic surgery hands and just kind of start separating the really dense stuff from the lighter stuff. And Laura, I want you to come in through her crown and bring more blue light in. And bring in the ancestral connections. Okay, Amanda, they're going to continue to do this. I just want you to repeat after me.
Okay.
The densest things I've experienced,
The densest things that I've experienced,
these heart traumas
these heart traumas
that have affected me for decades.
that have affected me for decades.
Today I identify you
Today I identify you
and bring you into a spiritual court of equity
and bring you into a spiritual court of equity
for the express purpose
for the express purpose
of karmic resolution.
of resolution.
I, as this ever-present being of the now,
I, as this ever-present being of the now,
summon my guides and guardians
summon my guides and guardians
to bring to the spiritual court of equity
to bring to the spiritual court of equity
the offenders of my pain,
the offenders of my pain,
those that have created this mistrust,
those that have created this mistrust,
those that have put the seed of doubt into me.
those that have put the seed of doubt into me.
You are put on notice.
You are put on notice.
Okay. Dale, what are you experiencing when you're seeing this?
So as I'm pulling things out, there's like a lot of trauma and distrust and people basically like fucking you over, betraying you. There's just a lot of confusion around the heart, which I'm just taking off, and I'm bringing like a kind of white light all around into the heart, into the valve as I'm doing it. And it seems to be past experiences just are stuck in there, and it's kind of shaped you into a limit. There's parts of you which are limited, which I'm trying to filter through and give you that kind of space to grow and heal.
Mm-hmm. Laura, what are you seeing as this is going
on? A couple of things. One is a layer of like survival programming. And the other one ancestrally is there's so much love for Amanda. Ancestrally, it's nearly bowling me over because now we've given them this, I've created this portal for them to have this access, crown chakra energy. They're like, wow. And they are just, it's making me quite tearful. They are the power of them and what they're feeling and their love for you is, it's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Okay. So Laura, what I want you to do is to use the rainbow bridge to bridge from her crown to her root. And the arc goes over her back. You've ran this rainbow bridge.
I can do this.
That rainbow bridge from crown to root, and she will complete the rest of the circuit.
Yeah.
Trent, were you getting teary there before?
Yeah, I was getting emotional. I could feel the pain from her heart, and I could feel it in my heart.
Okay. So Dale, what I want you to do now, instead of separating and pulling, find the most densest string and play it like a guitar so it reverberates what it is. Okay. Amanda, I want you to feel the string being vibrated on. Give it a sound. What's it sound like? It's what it is.
It reminds me of like a singing bowl sound.
Okay. It's yours or somebody else's?
I feel like it's a little bit of both.
Let's separate what is yours and what is somebody else's. Okay. What are you feeling now?
I'm definitely feeling a release. I feel energy that's not mine, disconnecting from me. And I feel heaviness of what's left starting to like unwind.
Okay. This energy that is unwinding, I want you to speed it up. And I want you to shoot it out the top of your crown. They're like lightning bolts going out the crown, back to where it was created, back to its creation spark.
Sending it back to where it was created. I will no longer carry this.
Okay.
Not mine to carry.
It was never yours to carry to begin with.
It was never mine to carry.
And I want you to ask yourself now, why did I carry it?
Because I felt unworthy and I still had a lot of hate for myself.
Are you worthy now?
I know I am worthy, yes.
That's not an answer, is it? I am worthy. Say it.
I am worthy, yes.
What inside you put a hesitation into I am worthy?
Something unconscious.
Okay. Dale, what is this part of her that thinks she's unworthy? Is it her? Is it a traumatized her? Is it a shard somewhere else?
It's from a shard.
Okay. Exit outside of her body or inside of her body?
I'd say in a heart, in a spleen as well.
Okay.
And that there's also as well of other people's stuff, which I've been using to my hands to, as I'm playing and clearing it, there's like things attached to it, people, certain individuals, which I'm having to kind of just snap every time it comes out. And what I'm picking up was there's so much unforgiveness within your field. And obviously that's for you, the next layers would be after this and after this great healing is to go really deeply into that forgiveness.
All right, Trent, I want you to move the back of your hand from her neck to the center of her back between her shoulder blades, and then the front of your hand more on her solar plexus. Okay. So Amanda, just continue to repeat after me. I, in this ever-present moment,
I, in this ever-present moment,
choose to acknowledge that I have shards of myself
choose to acknowledge that I have shards of myself
spread throughout my body, mind, and spirit.
spread throughout my body, mind, and spirit.
I now actively bring them back to my heart.
And I'll actively bring them back to my heart.
For this is my purpose of healing today.
Because this is my purpose of healing today.
I can no longer allow this to go on.
I can no longer allow this to go on.
To each and every shard that does not want to move,
To each and every shard that does not want to move,
I give you the mother's stare.
I give you the mother's stare.
The one that says you have 3 seconds to move.
The one that says you have 3 seconds to move.
Those that challenge the 3 seconds
Those that challenge the 3 seconds
are kicked out of my field,
are kicked out of my field,
and cords are severed to them.
and cords are severed to them.
I can allow the rebellion of organized love to organized love.
I can now allow the rebellion to organize love.
And this is my organized love.
And this is my organized love.
Okay. Laura, as you were watching this go on, what are you experiencing?
Well, Amanda's root is sucking up the rainbow bridge like a sponge. So that is really, really flowing. And related to the shards, there just seems to be some who want to come back but can't find it in them to do it, just can't, are confused, like a bit of confusion energy in one of them.
I just want you to speak to the shards and have Amanda do the repeat after me of what you say to her. And now what I'm going to do, as what Dale's doing, I'm going to reach out into the other realms and other shards or fractals of these shards that are confused. I'm going to try to bring them back to the rainbow bridge and allow the rainbow bridge to separate them to their natural places. So you're going to see like sparkles and glitters and stuff from an outside source suddenly re-enter the system. Just guide them through the ancestors to the right and perfect place.
Okay, Amanda. I, in this ever-present now,
I, in this ever-present now,
fully connect to my heart.
Fully connect to my heart.
With my 2 feet on Earth Mother.
With my 2 feet on Mother.
On Earth Mother. And I connect myself to my celestial brothers and sisters.
And I connect myself to my celestial brothers and sisters.
So I form an infinity sign.
But you said repeat that, I'm sorry.
I form an infinity symbol.
I form an infinity symbol.
Going from Earth Mother.
Going from Earth Mother.
Up through my heart.
Up through my heart.
Up to my celestial support team.
Up to my celestial support team.
And my ancestors.
And my ancestors.
And then back down.
And then back down.
In a figure of 8.
In a figure of 8.
Through my heart again.
Through my heart again.
And then back into Earth Mother.
And then back into Earth Mother.
I'm a fully supported being.
I am a fully supported being.
In the driving seat of my heart.
In the driving seat of my heart.
And I allow.
And I allow.
My good, true, and beautiful ancestors.
My good, true, and beautiful ancestors.
Full access.
Full access.
To my heart.
To my heart.
So together. We may co-create the energies.
We may co-create the energies.
Of healing for myself.
Of healing for myself.
And any of the shards.
And any of the shards.
Who are ready to accept.
Who are ready to accept.
This ancestral healing.
This ancestral healing.
Aho.
Aho.
Oh.
I'm getting a lot of burps.
Sure.
Place froze.
Okay.
All right. So Trent, what were you feeling from that?
I could definitely feel her getting lighter just through her voice.
Mm-hmm.
I could feel it flow more. I could hear in her tone that it wasn't as serious. It was much lighter and playfuler.
When it switched from my voice to Laura's voice, what did you feel?
When it switched from your voice to Laura's voice, I was feeling that the whole time. Just this last one, she was getting lighter and lighter.
Mm-hmm. And Dale, what were you experiencing?
So I almost got quite overwhelmed and almost burst out crying. So I had some future versions of yourself, 1, 2, 3, then a version 8 days ahead of time, and there was 2 shards, specifically one shard trying to escape and trying to completely get away from the situation, and I was having to just counsel it, and it almost brought me into tears, like a burst of energy trying to counsel it. It was like a shard of yours just wanted to escape and run away from it all. And so I was there speaking to that shard and just imprinting this real kind of safety energy into your parasympathetic and your nervous system. And yeah, it's quite emotional. I've not really felt that emotional doing that before.
Does that shard need to leave her body and heal somewhere else? Or can it heal in her body?
I feel it needs to stay.
Okay. Laura, what about you? What was it like for you to do that?
Yeah, it was lovely because Amanda's so receptive. So it's not a battle with Amanda's authentic self anyway. There was a little bit of resistance coming back with the ancestral energy back through the heart. That's where there was just a bit of stickiness related to maybe 1 or 2 shards, like Dale said, who are maybe a bit resistant. But as in my head, I was building up this flow, this infinity flow for her. And each time we came back down, it felt just a little bit easier, like a lot of support there from the ancestors too. They like doing this work.
Yes, they do. All right, Amanda, since the beginning of this, what kind of things have gone on in your conscious or subconscious? Have you noticed things try to rear up?
Yeah, I can actually feel everything, melting away, like the defense, the wall I put up around my heart, it's starting to melt away. I do feel like there's something there that's trying to hold on.
Yes, there is.
Yeah. And so I feel a lot lighter. I feel looser. I can definitely feel the healing getting deep into me, but there's still this little, tinge around my heart that feels like it doesn't want to let go.
That's the initial you who was shocked by your former partner who did what he did. That shock is still in you. And the damage that shock compounded daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly afterward. Because you had no clue. Okay? And it's the truth. You had no clue. Even at the psychic level, you had no clue, which means you were duped. And this shock and duped energy is what's creating this distortion field in you. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, Trent, what I want you to do now is put one hand on her tailbone and one hand over her belly button. So, Laura, what I want you to do is to start the rainbow energy coming into her fingers and toes. And just slowly increase it and allow her body to absorb it at a rate she could absorb it. But if it looks like she's actively blocking it, or something in one of the meridians from the fingers or toes is actively blocking it, you can push harder on that area. Okay? Dale, what I want you to do is to focus on her pericardium. And there's going to be an image of her in absolute shocked and abject horror that she got taken. And that shard is both outside of her and inside of her. It is a multidimensional, horrific mirrored reflection of karma. And we need to settle that mirrored energy so the mirrors aren't facing each other. Think of the pericardium as reflecting onto the heart, and the heart's reflecting onto the pericardium, and continuously programming the waters of the pericardium to have this shock experience in it. Okay. And if things pop up that don't belong there, you know what to do with them. Just take them out. Okay. Because I'm going to intentionally try to trigger the moment. All right. So, Trent, you may get emotional here. Just let it out. Okay. Just let the tears flow.
Okay.
So, Amanda, I just want you to really take a couple deep breaths and just repeat after me. I am a woman.
I am a woman,
Not a man this lifetime.
not a man in this lifetime.
I have given birth to my children.
I have given birth to my children.
I have felt the bliss of raising children
I have felt the bliss of raising children
and the hardships of raising children,
and the harshness of raising children.
but it has not made me waver.
But it does not leave me waver.
What has made me waver
What has made me waver
was the shock I experienced,
was the shock that I experienced,
the total betrayal
the total betrayal
on all levels of my reality.
on all levels of my reality.
I can no longer allow this one moment to affect me.
I can no longer allow this one moment to affect me.
I summon the woman
I summon the woman
of that first experience
of that first experience
as that truth was setting in,
as that truth was setting in,
and I speak to her now.
and I speak to her now.
I cannot allow you to go on.
I cannot allow you to go on.
I cannot allow you to affect the rest of the children's lives.
I cannot allow you to affect the rest of the children's lives.
I now take command of this moment
I now take command of this moment
and stare right into her eyes
and stare right into her eyes.
and say, I am your future self.
I am your future self.
What proof do you need?
What proof do you need?
And I want you to flutter with who you are, what you are, and all the truths you've experienced since that moment of shock.
I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
I want you to flutter with who you are and all those truths that you experienced since that shock.
You must experience this now.
You must experience this now.
I am now taking you out of that past time,
I am now taking you out of that past time,
disconnecting you from Roman numeral time,
disconnecting you from Roman numeral time,
and bring you back into my Roman numeral time.
and bring you back into my Roman numeral time.
There is no betrayer here.
There is no betrayer here.
There is my new lover,
There is my new lover,
whom my children love,
whom my children love,
whom I trust.
whom I trust.
This is the proof that I got through your betrayal.
This is the proof that I got through your betrayal.
As much as you do not want to look at it,
As much as you do not want to look at it,
you must see the truth.
you must see the truth.
Okay. What is she saying to you? Is she doing anything?
I feel like she's listening and understanding.
Okay. Laura, what are you experiencing during this?
The flow of the rainbow energies coming down across the top of the heart chakra, and then sort of split the shard. So the shard was left like an island. So the rainbow energy went either side, and gradually as it flowed, it was like the resistance got less and less, like eating away at sand on an island. So the resistance was getting less as the rainbow energies flooded in.
Feel that.
Yeah. Dale, what were you experiencing?
So as I went into the pericardium, it was pushing me away. It was kind of like you say, a mirroring effect. And it took me a while to kind of go into it. And I ended up kind of reprogramming the pericardium to its natural water state. And I had up to 4 different hands from my back working on that Pacific point, cleaning kind of like real confusion energy. Then I was like pulling this black, it looked like spidery goo from it. It's really weird, like stringy stuff from it. And what was the other bit? I kept seeing it as a fetus as well while I was doing it. And as I was doing that cleaning, I can see it now, a fetus. And yeah, that's my experience from it.
Okay. So Trent, what were you experiencing?
At first, I felt a lot of pain. And then it was like having that hard conversation that you have to have.
Mhm.
And then understanding. And I could feel it, I could feel the being begin to understand. And then as soon as you said betrayal again, I could tell that that's a trigger word for her, because I felt the pain come in again.
Mhm.
And that's the feeling of betrayal that is still lodged deep inside her.
Right. And like bread rising, we have to slowly push it out. All right. So Mandy, you're just going to continue to repeat after me.
Okay.
I now summon my betrayer
I now summon my betrayer
to the edge of my astral world,
to the edge of my astral world,
and I show him the damage he's done.
and I show him the damage he's done.
This is a one-way communication.
This is a one-way communication.
He cannot communicate back to me.
He cannot communicate back to me.
He has proven untrustworthy.
He has proven untrustworthy.
And I now break all contracts, vows, and agreements
And I now break all contracts, all vows, and all agreements
in every dimension, time stream, galaxy, and universe.
in every dimension, every time stream, time field, dimension, universe.
Every aspect related to his lineage.
Every aspect related to his lineage.
I now remove my children from his lineage,
I now remove my children from his lineage,
so he can no longer pass on his curse.
so he can no longer pass on his curse.
My children will take on their natural soul family lineage
My children will take on their natural soul family lineage
as they grow into adults,
as they grow into adults,
as me as their mother,
as me as their mother,
who is healed,
who is healed,
who knows betrayal,
who knows betrayal,
and will not allow it back into this children's field.
and will not allow it back into these children's field.
To my betrayer,
To my betrayer,
you barely have understood the damage you've created,
you barely have understood the damage you created,
and yet you sit there and rot in your own brain,
and yet you sit there and rot your brain,
unable to create anything for yourself,
unable to create anything for yourself,
but misery
but misery
for everyone else.
for everyone else.
You are truly a miserable being,
You are truly a miserable being,
and I can no longer allow you to have any access
and I can no longer allow you to have any access
to any aspects of myself.
to any aspects of myself.
The betrayed me,
The betrayed me,
who had to go through that shock,
who had to go through that shock.
I integrate you right into my body
I integrate you right into my body
so you can see through my eyes
so you can see through my eyes
and feel through my body.
and feel through my body.
I do not fear my betrayer.
I do not fear my betrayer.
I now forgive him,
I now forgive him,
because that is the greatest path to light.
because that is the greatest path to light.
And the woman inside me,
And the woman inside me,
who still feels the weight of memories,
who still feels the weight of these memories,
I now forgive you
I now forgive you
for not knowing.
for not knowing.
You could not have known.
You could not have known.
It was karmic retribution.
It was karmic retribution.
And now there is more karmic retribution
And now there is more karmic retribution
as I shamantically heal
as I shamanically heal
and remove the trailer trash soul family
and remove the trailer trash soul family
from my greater growth.
for my greater growth.
Aho.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
How did that feel?
Good. I'm becoming lighter and lighter. I feel it
Mhm,
falling off of me.
I feel
Dale?
like
Go
I
ahead,
feel like
Trent.
I'm able to hold the space that she needs to feel empowered and I'm able to release sadness for her. That makes sense.
Yeah, you're alchemizing the sadness she was unable to. When we have multiple healers going at a single person, her parasympathetic and sympathetic, which are a binary system, it can resist one, it can't resist all of us. And this is how we simplify healing. Unfortunately, a lot of healers want to be the singular healer. Yes, that's great. But the future of healing is groups, shared groups and experiences like this that do have an audience, but an audience is there to learn. Okay? This type of healing in an individual situation would have required hours of Rolfing sessions to get it to come forward and to have a somatic release. Okay, Dale, what were you experiencing as she was confronting?
So I had various different hands literally all around her auric field, kind of like in a swaying motion. And as soon as bits came up, there was like a cord, say, attached to her back deep in. So I had to keep removing it. And as she was saying it, all of these different really deep connection cords were coming out of her. She was kind of like snapping them out of her as she was saying it. And then I think it was literally like it was swaying around and I was just waiting for them to come out and one, help it on its way. So there was many different like feeding cords or nasty cords, which were just dismantling out of her in the last part. Yeah, that's what I experienced.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Laura?
Yeah, when you got to the bit where you were disconnecting her children from the DNA lineage and inviting the soul family in, then the rainbow colors really started to flow. That was like a huge release and a relief. That felt like a huge relief for you, Amanda, at that time, because it then really started to flow in. That seemed to be a really significant moment, that.
Yeah, I felt it. I feel it.
Trent, you're all teary-eyed over there?
Yeah, I'm still feeling it.
Okay, give it some words. So if there's ever another couple who wants to try something like this, what does it take for the man to go through their lover's betrayals and hold frequency for them? This is about teaching and letting people learn from the other side.
Well, I will say that, you know, it's not always easy. It's a challenge because a lot of men we're not able to express. We're not taught that, you know, we're able and it's okay to express emotions, anything but anger, you know. So to be with a woman with such powerful emotions can be a challenge. But these challenges are how we grow, and it's how we come together as a union, being able to feel the emotions, the hard emotions, being able to have the hard talks and be honest with the hard talks is how you become stronger. Being able to be vulnerable is how we grow. And we'll say, men, if you want to grow, you have to flow and you have to feel the emotions. And you have to let the emotions out. You know, our emotions and our intuition are closely related. So if our emotions are blocked off, you know, we're blocked off from a lot of other things as well. You know, that can be information from source. It could be from connecting to others. It could be from the ability for others to hear your heartfelt responses. If your heart's blocked, it's hard to respond through the heart. And allowing these emotions to be felt and come through allows you to connect with your partner, with yourself, and with other people much easier.
Okay. What was the main difference between holding the back of her neck versus holding her tailbone or the back of her shoulder blades?
The biggest difference between holding the back of her neck, her shoulder blades, and her tailbone, I felt stagnancy with within all of them. But the tailbone, I felt, was like the final release. Like we started at the top and released everything down to the blades, and then we came down to the root, and it seemed like everything just kind of flew out a lot more easier.
Mm-hmm. Now, as a side suggestion, when the two of you have private lover moments, there's a healing you can do on her tailbone. Okay. And you got to get rhythm back in there. And it's going to be like tapping on a drum. And obviously each butt cheek can be its own drum. There has to be a playful energy in there, but it's got to be a rhythm and a timing to it that's going to have sound voice, light language behind it, that you want to come out your mouth and into her tailbone and create motion within her.
Now I'll do that with the sound of my voice, or also with the drumming as well.
Both. So you're going to have to use her backside as a tapping drum.
I actually,
it makes a huge difference because her sacronella are there, and those are the pumping stations of cranial fluid up and down the spinal column. Okay. And when you start activating the sacronella, you will begin to have huge tailbone releases.
Okay. Now, would you agree that she has more sensitivity on the back of her chakras than the front of her chakras?
No. This is the whatever she's cleared the back energies out. The front energies are more dense. Though there are times like it'll go, the back will become the front will become the back.
Okay.
Her defenses are on things oncoming to her. Because of the nature of the betrayal, she had to summon a super awareness of all betrayals that are coming. And that's a forward at her energy.
That also gets in the way of the ability to trust when you're constantly preparing for things to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think
so.
To create these things as well.
Yeah. Dale or Laura, did you guys have anything you want to add?
Anita, just what you were saying is that it sets up, or just on what Trent was saying, because Amanda set up an expectation of possible betrayal, which then keeps out the flow of the full love, heart awareness energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when we think protecting ourselves from something, we're actually preventing ourselves from connecting to that very thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One thing would be to have some sort of exercise in the next few weeks where you're going to increase a lot of volume of light around the spine and tailbone. So using a lot of your placebo effect to just generate light and be creative with it and start just bringing it into various parts in the body to start expelling more of it out. And trying to increase that light, especially around the back and the front. Then the next layer would be forgiveness ritual at some point, where this is going to go in to continue on to your victory ceremony as well. So have some sort of forgiveness ritual to kind of like go deeper into the layers of it, the processing of it. Then at some point, there'll be that victory ceremony waiting for you where you're going to dance it out and you're going to cry, you're going to laugh, and you're going to shake it out of you as well. And just keep going, and you're an inspiration for everyone. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dale.
Thank you guys so much.
And I would just say, go and get a cranial sacral therapy treatment like we spoke about yesterday.
Yes.
And they should do the rock and glide, which is just basically what Andrew was talking about just now.
Okay.
Which will be really good for getting those energies moving as well, and releasing some of that stuckness that's there. And get more than one if you can. Get more than one.
A good 10 to 15.
So I think a good fire ceremony would be good as well. You know, maybe write a forgiveness letter, and you can even a little alcohol if you wanted to, throw it on the fire, make a little, little Molotov if you wish. But I was thinking of having her with her back face the fire to get some of that light and some of that transmutational energy into those chakras as well, and then turn her, let them come into the front.
because you are lovers, you could have her in front of you in a cross-legged situation and you behind her, and you will absorb more light and put it from your front to her back and have it shine out the front, putting more light into the fire, which then brings more light to the two of you. Because you're in a lover situation, that's natural energy. And using that to your advantage to create the greater flow is very, very important.
Now,
Okay?
could we also do this during the day with maybe the sun facing her and the fire to mine?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The more elements of nature that you add into it, it does add a complexity layer. But if you strategize ahead of time so that there's a set of bullet points that you can all follow and it's not random pulling it out of your butt.
Right.
Give it structure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give it.
Key. The structure is the key. And structure allows expectation of our programs to defend, because they will defend. And we want them to defend. And when you shine more and more light, it gets harder and harder for them to defend. And then more and more truth comes out. Like the nature of forgiving the betrayer. For you, Amanda, that will be your heartfelt words to make it final. Okay? To the point where you've forgiven him enough that you can forgive every aspect of yourself. You don't have to completely 100% forgive him, because that will take time. But
Right.
you have to forgive him enough that you can 100% forgive yourself.
Okay.
That's so true.
And that will be the word order that you have to create in your personal ceremony that finalizes this journey. Okay? Where it will no longer affect the future use. Imagine being free of that.
I cannot wait. It's coming.
I could
I'm
imagine
excited.
it.
Okay?
And I'm going to keep imagining it too.
Yeah. With this, I think the energies that I'm feeling from the crowd, I want to change things up a little bit. And what I want to do is to add anybody that has questions from the chat room, type them in the chat room, or if you'd like to call in and talk about what you've heard, what you personally experienced through this type of healing, we invite you to go ahead now and raise your hand. And then we're going to find people who want to talk about what they've experienced here, the types of healings that they personally see, or just something that they want to share about today's show.
Yes, we would love to hear from you guys.
And we've got a bunch of already done. So Dale, do you want to do the unmuting for people?
Yes. So we'll go ahead with Dorothy iPhone giving you the signal to unmute.
Dorothy, are you there? Dorothy, are you there?
Click,
Dorothy.
click.
Glowing once, going twice. She's trying to figure it out. She
Come
can
on,
do it.
Dorothy.
You can do
Right.
it.
There we go.
There you go.
Yay, you made it.
You made it. Where are you calling from, Dorothy?
Ohio. Oh, hang on a minute.
Okay. Did she mute again?
No.
No.
Hello, Dorothy. Was she? What's going on? She's unmuted. I don't think she's there. We'll have to just maybe move on.
Yeah, we'll just move on to the next caller.
So
We'll come back to her.
We'll next have on would be, where is he? We'll go for, where is it? We'll have Asa, is it? I'm really bad at giving you the signal.
Asa, are you there?
Laura, can you just press click unmute? I don't know what's I'm pressing.
No, I can't, because I'm not. I don't
Oh.
think I'm co-host. Andrew might have to.
That's right. I'm pressing it, but nothing ever.
Can Asa do it herself?
Yeah.
You should just be able to click on mute. Yeah.
Asa, if you can unmute yourself. I'm trying to unmute you, but it's not working.
It just said it'll just send over a signal to unmute. It doesn't actually unmute her.
No. Technical.
So we'll move on. We'll go on to Robert Anderson, giving you the signal if you want to unmute.
Yeah. Yes.
Hello,
Hi,
brother.
Robert.
Hello.
Hi.
Right,
Where are you calling?
Can you see?
Where are you calling from?
Right. I'm from Hull, Andrew. So I'm not far from Dale. I live about an hour away from Dale. I'm just trying to get the video on now.
Go ahead.
How do I get the video on?
There you go. You're on.
There you are.
Yes, we're on.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what did you feel from this healing that you saw going on with Amanda?
Yeah, so yeah, very powerful. The word you were saying, a lot of energy, a lot of buildup of energy. What I could really feel that. A lot of emotion being released. And yeah, can you just speak to Mummy? Go speak to Mummy. And yeah, on all levels and all, it was just very powerful. I could feel the energies and the emotion. There was a lot of emotional release there. It was.
Are you serious?
I could feel Dale.
Are you
Because obviously
fucking serious?
Sorry.
Sorry, there's somebody else who got a mute there, Dale.
Yeah.
I could feel Dale when he was obviously tapping into the pericardium, clearing a lot of the dark, the shadows in the water sac. So I was like tapping into all different levels. It was just, and obviously it was nice. My heart space and that, and I was trying to. I think I do it just naturally anyway. Just try and be part of that kind of healing experience. So it was good. It was great on all levels and very, very powerful. So I really enjoyed it.
What was it like being part of it at the start, Bob? You know, at the start when we all was shining the light, to have that, because that's quite a unique experience as well, especially on the show, to have the interaction, which was good.
It's good when you've got, as you say, what Andrew said. It's all about the team, healing team. Really, I say when we all try and be like a separate healer, but when you're in a team and you're doing it on all different layers and you're all doing a certain job in a certain way, it's very powerful. And I think that's where obviously you get the resistance on one, but obviously when you've got so many people coming in like you was with like a little team and doing that, it is it's a different experience. So yeah, the team thing is something absolutely, that is what we need to be doing, and doing it in teams.
Yes.
And the more we have like a little bit of a synchronicity in a team, the more powerful these healing things are going to be. And it's great. I mean, obviously I love the healing. I've been on the journey with you, Dale, for a couple of years now. I've loved every minute of it.
Were you emotional at all? Did you feel tears rolling down your eyes?
No, I wasn't emotional. Not emotional, Andrew. It wasn't. I wasn't in it. Obviously, I was feeling the emotions on the two that was getting healed and that, and it was. I could feel Brett's like. He held it together quite well. So I thought he was going to think so. It was like he was nearly on that edge of going over, but you held it quite powerfully actually. So you was releasing some of that energy from Amanda and that, and that's what you was there just to release it through you, which was like a good way of doing it really. So I suppose if I'd done it for longer or was part of it, then it probably would have been a bit of emotional. Certain different healings what I've done, I've been quite emotional. So I think they're all different. It's always different.
They are all different.
Amazing. It's always different.
Yes.
All
right, Rob, thanks for calling in. We've got a bunch of other callers we want to get into.
Hey, thank you. My pleasure. Enjoy
Yeah.
this.
Speak to you soon, bro. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So
Bye-bye.
giving Hillary a
Wait,
signal
Dorothy's iPhone is open there.
is open. Okay, so there we
Dorothy,
go.
are you there? Dorothy?
Dorothy, are you with us? Can you hear my smooth voice?
Nope.
Oh, no, so we'll mute Dorothy again, and with Hillary, you're on. Signal to unmute.
Hello.
Hello, Hillary. How you doing?
I'm good. That was amazing. Thank you all so much.
What did you experience through it?
Oh, super emotional. Super emotional. I remember when Trent and Amanda were on a month ago or however long that was, and I could feel I could just get Amanda so much, and I could see myself in her. And so and it was so beautiful to see Trent. I love that he held the space. It's encouraging. It's inspiring to know that there are men who can be really psychic and brilliant and also show up. So thank you both. It was just incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you. It can be emotional, but good.
I know.
Yeah.
Kind of reaffirms your faith in male side of humanity when you see that.
Yeah. Yeah. For real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark that one down.
So, Hillary, have you got any questions for Trent and Amanda, or anything you want to ask them about their experience?
Or us.
Or us, yeah. Or me and Laura and Andrew.
I appreciate what you're doing. I was trained in a healing modality, and we called it pod healings, kind of like dolphins are in pods. And so it's reminding me, it's like a remembering of how special that experience was to work with a team of healers. And I appreciate that you're creating this new platform, and that I just love seeing you all evolve together, and Andrew guiding this, and then seeing Andrew allow these other healers to be their magnificent selves. It's just incredible to watch the mentoring, the mentorship, and then the mastery.
Mm-hmm.
And you're included in that, Hillary.
What was that?
You're included in that. You were
Absolutely. Yes, I am. I am here. And
you were here.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. It's true.
Part of the healing community with Two Feathers.
Yes. Thank you. I feel that. I don't really have questions. I'm just in so much gratitude, and I feel I got a level of healing as well. I was speaking the words as Amanda was speaking the words, because it just felt good to reclaim those aspects of myself and the betrayal that I've experienced. And so at some level, trusting that the healing I needed today, I was able to receive, as well as holding space and gathering this sacred community.
When we come together as group healers doing group healings, the whole group gets a healing if they're ready for it.
Yes, 100%. And that's what I appreciate. That I also have awareness of the dimensional aspect of this, and the timelessness of this. And so I'm in awe, Andrew, of, I listen in, and I'm just thinking, whoa, like this could be like a recording I'm just listening to from 4 years ago. And I was like, okay, it's timely for me in that moment, and I'm receiving a healing. And I do love that about you with the callers you've had on your shows in the past, that I have got to experience deep healing along with the caller. And I appreciate there's a generosity there that I haven't seen anywhere else, that deep generosity. And I'm so grateful. It's remarkable, very unique.
That's beautiful.
All right, Hilly, thanks for sharing your wisdom.
Thank you.
So we've got
So
the
much,
next
Hillary.
hand,
Bless you.
ADSC. We're going to give you a signal to unmute.
And we know you're there.
I see you, Dorothy. I don't believe you with your hand up.
Hi, darling. Where are you calling from?
Okay, I'm calling from Sequim, Washington.
Sequim, Washington. I know that area well.
Out in the boonies. It's a beautiful place, and I got very emotional when Hillary was sharing, actually. That from the very beginning, I really felt the energy move, and I really felt the magic in the group just how we're all supporting this couple. And I think it was just such a beautiful thing to witness between you two. And I'm in a relationship right now. So it's like you both are role modeling for me, like what is a healthy healing between a relationship and what does it look like and what does it feel like? And that's what I want to create. So I've been inspired by this experience. And usually, you know, I'm like a loner in how to heal myself and even how to help other people. And I haven't experienced this type of group healing that's just really beautiful to experience and witness. And just it gives me a lot of hope and faith, and just how couples can really move through their blocks and their fears. And it's just a beautiful thing to see. And I appreciate Trent and Amanda being on the spotlight and feeling the light. And I experienced myself giving the light, and it got deeper. The energy got deeper. The light felt brighter. And as the time went on, I feel like my light was getting brighter within myself, and it was expanding and growing, and it was becoming more natural as opposed to thinking about what to do. It was just flowing more naturally. So it was like I really feel like all the energy around us is working in perfect harmony. And I really appreciate how Andrew was talking Trent and Amanda through the whole thing. Just really taking notes on how you're speaking and the kind of words that you're using, because I'm a mental health counselor, and I have certain ways of being with my clients, and I'm really seeing what I'm doing. I actually haven't been able to see what I've been doing because nobody else is with me. So I'm just coming to terms with who I am as a healer. And I'm very emotional about it. I'm more emotional about this than anything.
Those are joyful tears.
Yes.
Tears of recognition and validation.
Yes, which I haven't had. I don't get that. It's like the people that supervise me don't see what I see, don't experience. They don't have the words for it, so they can't validate me in the way. So yeah, just to be able to see it and drop into it makes wonderful.
And what you said earlier is exactly what we wanted to create by bringing on people who already knew what healing was, are in a coupled situation, so that people like you who have a boyfriend but don't know how to interact like this, here's your example. Here's a blueprint that you can make it work.
Yeah.
And it just takes some trust and some love.
Exactly.
Okay. And as a mental health expert, you know the difference between the conscious and the subconscious. And when I had to question Amanda about the truth and ask Dale to come in and go, yeah, that's not the real truth, we could all sense it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm used to that. I'm used to my clients. Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Did you have any visions at all that popped up during the healing?
So everything was happening really fast. I did see the shards. I did get information about the shards. And I almost talked to one of the shards, and it was like kind of going back and forth, like it wanted to go somewhere else and belong somewhere else, but then and I was questioning what I was hearing too. I was like, because some other people were saying, no, it needs to do this. And I was thinking something else. So, sometimes trusting what I hear and listen and see is challenging if there's different information coming from outside. But I really felt that I really related to the part that wants to run away. I really related to that. And I've been doing my own work in the kitchen while I'm cooking when I notice a part of me wanting to run away. I could really relate to that and how to integrate that. Any other images? I felt a bit of a past life, but the shard was really the strongest. The shard that was not a part of Amanda was really standing out for me.
As I switched between Dale and Laura, did you see the different styles of healing come through in the energy?
I felt it. It feels so subtle, but so pervasive. Like Dale definitely has a lot of movement and focus, at least from my perspective, to really feel the intention. And Laura has the intention, but it almost feels very gentle, soft, and all encompassing, like from a different dimension for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It has a very different feel. And I appreciate both of them. And I'm just amazed at how this was such a gentle process. It wasn't so like hard and sharp and traumatic, like some therapy can be for some people.
Mm-hmm.
It felt really safe. And I think that's something I know I need. I even felt safe enough to raise my hand. That's huge for me in a group, really huge. So I really appreciate all the healing energy in this room and this whole, I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling a lot of chills and sensations behind me. So this is great. I really appreciate you, Andrew, for creating this for us.
Thank you. And it's why I created it, is so people can have the visceral experience of what it takes to heal thyself through watching of others, watching myself, Dale, and Laura both use our unique aspects of our own trainings, our own healings, to bring in that multidimensional aspect that her parasympathetic and sympathetic body, which is a binary system, can't resist the multidimensional three. And it was designed to be saved, just like bread rising over a period of time. And there was a time we had to pack the bed back down and let it rise back again. And we didn't have to tear anything out. We didn't have to force somatic releases. We were able to gently create them to the point where it was absolutely natural.
That's really what I'm looking for in how I interact with my clients. And I'm so glad I got this in this group healing experience. I so appreciate this. And it's interesting because I actually had another scheduled appointment to something else that is just as amazing, that I'm so glad that I listened to myself and just said, I'm gonna try this. This sounds really amazing. And I'm so glad I did. I found out about you, Andrew, oh gosh, about 8 years ago, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, I think it was. And
this is my 11th year of doing this.
Yeah.
And you've opened another doorway again with this multiple healing. A new doorway has been opened.
I love it. Yeah, I think it's really powerful to have everybody participate and everybody acknowledge themselves for what they're capable of, and having those abilities, that comes naturally to them. I think the world needs more of this, for sure.
And it's going to get more. That's the whole point of doing these next levels for everyone. Darlene, thanks a lot for calling in.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
let's try to get back to some of the other person who couldn't answer.
Of course, yep. All right. So Dorothy, we're going to give you a signal to unmute.
Third time.
There we go.
Yeah.
Are you there, Dorothy?
Hi.
Yes.
Where are you calling
Can you
from?
guys see me?
No, you got to turn on your
Hello?
video. No, you got to turn on your video.
Hello. Let me see. Oh my goodness.
I've given you a request to start video.
Okay. Did it start?
Yes.
Yes.
How is everybody?
Wonderful. How you
Sorry,
doing?
technology. I don't really usually go on a Zoom with anyone. I stay close to my animals and my woods.
Okay.
And a
No,
body
but-
of water.
Mhm.
But I want to say you guys have been very amazing because it helped me. I have a narcissistic mother who lives overseas and only calls when she wants something. So it's been this way, you know, my entire life. So I have to keep her at a distance. So I'm learning how to draw boundaries and not take it against her because she really doesn't know any better. I mean, she needs a lot of healing, but I have to adjust to how she is because she'll never apologize for the things she does or she just recently said to me. So, you know, I'm always like the person she runs to, and then she turns around and blames me for everything. So today was very, it's like removing the old blanket, you know, like old sweater that doesn't fit you anymore in high school. And now you're older. There was one layer that just came off of me today because of your session. It was very kind and compassionate and very emotional, and to see people for what they really are instead of us wearing the pink glasses, you know, because we always want to see everybody in the best form. But sometimes you really get to see the core of people that are not willing to change, and they put that on you. And you have to do all the changing, and they're not really being copacetic with you and apologetic. So you kind of have to adjust where you are in life. So you guys are very gentle souls, and Amanda and everyone just amazing. And I thank you for everything. It was beautiful. And yeah, it was very heartfelt. Was very heartfelt. And no, I don't have a partner anymore. I don't have any family. So it's just me, the dogs, and, you know, my nursing and my spiritual world, my body of water, my oceans. Well, so I was trying to find people of mind-like settings to connect. And it's kind of hard to have somebody to be vulnerable with you and open up. You do that, but not everyone is willing to open those doors. So you guys show me a vulnerable side, and that takes a lot of courage for you to stand in front of everyone and just kind of say the things you're feeling and tap into some very personal items of your life. So I think that's really, takes a lot of courage and a lot of kind of breaking through and open up all those layers. And we've all been hurt, and we've been deceived and lied to, and we give our heart and soul, and people walk all over us. And then later on, we're left with all that, and we hang on to something we think it's important in order to survive.
Right.
And that's what happens to a lot of us. I think we hang on to people and situations that give us that security blanket to say, well, if I think about this, even though it's a negative experience, if I think about this all the time, then it's going to make me feel closer to the person, where in fact we're hurting ourselves. So you're very courageous to stand in front of everybody and speak truthfully, and, you know, cleanse a lot of your own things you're dealing with, because we all are. I personally don't know a person that doesn't have something they're not dealing with, especially after the last few years, you know. So whether it's parent, partner, ex, whatever have you, but this was very moving to me as the sun was shining, and it's very warm in Ohio today, like 70s. So like the sun was coming through the window, and I went outside, I felt little extra rays of the divine, and it's affirmation to know I was in the right place with you also. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. Yeah, thank you for calling in, Dorothy.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on to Asa Holmberg. Her hand's been up since the first part. Asa, I've given you a signal to unmute. Asa, are you there? Unmute. Going once. Going twice. She's not there. All right, let's move on to iPad D. Marie. iPad D. Marie. Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi. Where are you calling from?
I'm in France. in the south of
France,
France.
welcome to the show. What did you think about it today?
I am so deeply grateful for such a most beautiful. Now I start to talk, I could really cry for joy for all of you. Now worrying about there's no video here.
You can turn on video.
I've put a request in for you to start.
There you go.
There we go.
I've worked with myself for many, many years. I was a midwife, a photographer, and I've been around the world, been through relationships, and it was so beautiful to see Trent and Amanda talking so heartfeltly, as the lady before said, in public, and with the surrounding of real warmth, Andrew, that you have brought to us. And I've been wanted to follow you on video like this for 2 or 3 years, but it's not been possible. And it's just beautiful. That's all I can say. And as we are all healing with these eclipses and this yo-yo rubbish, which is so beautiful. It's because the light is with us, and because we ask for it. This is all, for me, we need. Ask and you receive. And I thank you so much, because I'm feeling an emotion that I haven't felt for a very long time.
What is that emotion?
Yes. I don't know. It's relief. It's a relief.
It's because you got a healing from this also.
Yes.
A renewal of faith.
Absolutely.
And that's,
actually, while Amanda was repeating what you said, I repeated it as well, because I've had a very, very, very old lung problem, and with all sorts of jargon, rubbish, which is now going. And there we go. And yes, I thank you so much.
you're so welcome.
My first time to be with you, and it's certainly not the last time. If I can be with you on like this, please can I come back? And
Yes.
Yes.
Every
Right.
Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, we'll be live.
2 p.m. is in the middle of the night here in France, unfortunately.
Well, it should be 7 o'clock for you, or 9 o'clock.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're UK and we're 7 p.m.
That's one.
It'll be next week. Yeah. 5 hours difference.
That's right.
Same for you.
So what I do now, I'm also in the warrior health, healing warriors, which I've been in for a long time, since 80, the shiatsu and all sorts of beautiful things. And as you all know, we fall in inverted commas on the right people at the right time, because the vibration is there. And it's our journey. We're all on this most wonderful journey. Like I always often say to the people who consult me, now just imagine you're on a radeau. There's a radeau, lots of bamboos put together, and you're just floating down the river. And that's what I feel like. that we're all on this radio. It's a French word, and I'm speaking between English and French all the time. So one word is, and with my Guernsey friends, was where I come from. We speak franglais. So this is. So, yeah, the shards, if I can talk about them.
Yes.
Oh, excuse me. Were so painful. And if I can say this, is what I see or feel. They are in transmutation, actually. I might be wrong, but this is what I feel. And it's like a showers that were going out, and when Dal, with his earphones on, was working with the heart, the pericardium. I felt it was so tight, and the colors, what colors come to me as well, became the skin, which it is on the heart, became softer and gentler. Yes. And this is how Amanda is beginning to feel, I think.
Yes.
And excuse me, but I'm normal.
Oh, you're experiencing the energy, and thank you for sharing your way of experiencing that energy.
This is how it happens for me. I just struggle all over the place to get my channel straight in alignment. So I look forward to the next time we're all together.
Next Thursday we'll be here. We'll do another healing.
Yes.
So thanks a lot for calling in.
Thank you, Marie. Thank you.
Andrew, for being the instigator of all this. And I just wanted then a last contribution. Very interesting that it's your 11th year. I work with numbers and...
It's the master's year.
Yes. Let's do it all.
That's right. It's the master's year. Thanks a lot for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All
Marie.
right,
Thank
Dale,
you.
let's see if we can get Asa back.
All right, so who did you want? Sorry, Andrew, Albert.
Asa. She came back in. She turned her video on before. Asa Holmberg.
Where's she gone? Can you see?
Oh no, she left.
She might have left.
So I'll go for Sarah, giving you the signal to unmute.
Aloha.
Aloha, Sarah. How you doing?
Amazing. Thank you all for allowing this moment to be created. How cool.
So what did you experience during it?
I was bawling like a baby. I was participating. I was so grateful to come on when I did. I was a few minutes late. I entered in when you were talking about the spotlight, and I thought, I've got light. I'll put my light out there. Let's see what happens. And let's fall down the rabbit hole together. And to see how brave Trent and Amanda just put themselves out there to be this physical space holders for all of us to come together and share the light of healing. And I have questions.
Of course.
Okay. We'd love to hear.
I think this question is going to be directed towards Andrew. The question for me is, when you were instructing in the future for Trent to, the way I interpreted it is to sing basically to Amandra's sacral vortex. Does that assist with
It's
bringing
speak and then assist and then sing. Speaking is just as important as singing, especially when a lover does it to a tailbone. There is a lover's language, as I use the ASMR voice, that is absolutely vital so that the gut brain kicks in. And the gut brain starts giving emotions into the central nervous system. And then the tapping on the back of the butt, like the drum, those are where the sacronella, the pumping station for your cranial sacral fluid that goes up and down. And he's going to be imprinting that rhythm, that voice, that energy of protection into the spinal column itself.
And the marrow as well.
And the marrow, all of that. It's just a matter of the level of imagination of imprinting.
That, because the work with the pericardium and the Sacred Heart meditation just kept flowing back to me in how all of these layers get to be, as you would say, we double down, and to be able to have that physical, visceral experience start to set that rhythm, because I fully understand the betrayal energy, and I have been working per your instruction with a blanket forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And I came to be gifted with some visions regarding arriving at Sacred Mountain with our burden basket and forgiving ourselves for carrying the burden basket so heavy all this time. And then emptying out that burden basket at the base of Sacred Mountain and looking upon what has emptied from that burden basket. And there's one little pearl in there. And that's mine. That's my pearl. And so I'm going to put that in my pocket, and I'm going to take that with me up to Sacred Mountain where we can start that fire.
That's your victory right there.
And Trent, Amanda, the courage that you two are exhibiting for all of us, the willingness to be here and show us these examples from what you're learning and what you're building, sharing that with us, and everybody coming together. It's so amazing. Okay, that's my question. Thank you very much for answering. And
grateful to be here, and we're grateful that you're here with us.
Could you feel the difference between everybody's light coming at you? And
absolutely.
Yeah,
that's
for
fantastic.
sure.
I've been working to heal some of these things for a long time, and everyone coming together, that was the ticket.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing energy work on her. She's been doing energy work on herself, but it's nothing like having everyone do it at the same time. It's just a completely different element.
I have to say it was fantastic being a part of it, because I felt that I was sharing in it as well, and grateful to be able to offer any portion of my light in support of you. And for you to, on one hand, sister, I'm sorry that the shit happened to you, but I am so grateful and thankful that you have carried it to this point and allowed yourself to connect with Trent here and come to this moment so that we can all
it's beautiful.
It is. It is.
Thank you.
Sarah, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Did you have any visions as this was going on?
Yes, I did. And it will be the shards. So I have this candle holder that has these triangles of mirrors, and they're glued together, and it broke apart from one another. The mirrored triangle stayed whole, but that's what I saw when we talked about the shards. And these shards that faced one another and refracted that light and would not let that light, I'm having difficulty putting the words together for the image. It pierced me through the heart. And it pierced through the heart.
It was a
And
true
to-
vision of your healing.
Oh. I love your smile. Oh, thank you for sharing that with us. Thank the maker. Mahalo. Mahalo nui loa.
You.
Mahalo.
And you now have a light at the end of the tunnel. It's just not
Amen.
an abyss anymore.
That's correct. And here we go. Here's my shit that's bubbling up. I'm
Bread
preparing for
rising,
the pulling.
bread rising, not bubbling up. Do it the easy way.
All right.
You're going to bake it. And when it's all done, it's out of you.
Part of what came to me earlier today was our own bubbles of reality. And what did bubbles do? But they break. And then what? What do they become after that? And what is rising for the transmutation in me is the guilt that one of the three nags.
Shame, blame, and guilt. Shame, blame, and guilt. Shame, blame, and guilt.
And just a quick side note, the trunk or treat at the mortuary was a freaking blast. It was awesome. And my husband, he fell into the narcissist category. And so the guilt of being glad that we have this separation is heavy. But letting it go and allowing myself to fall into the freedom that is there, allowing him the opportunity to gracefully exit this experience that we had together so that I can have the freedom to expand and grow, and hopefully allow anyone else with that experience to do the same thing through my addition of that little spark.
Well, thank you for sharing your big spark, not little spark. Okay. Hi, Darlin. Thanks a lot for calling in.
Have a good one. Thank you. Bye.
You too.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
We're gonna take one last caller, and that will be Albert. We give
And
Albert signal to unmute.
Got a signal to unmute Albert.
Albert, are you there?
I'm giving you
Hello.
a
How you
request
doing today?
to put on your video as well.
You got too much background noise, Albert.
Yeah, let me get to a place where it's not noisy. Because I'm at work. You got me at work.
Yeah.
Is it okay here?
Yeah. It sounds better. How you doing today? Yeah, you're good.
I'm doing better. I'm just
Yeah,
going through
we
some stuff.
you still got too much. You still got too much echo in your background.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me go somewhere else. Better?
No, it's even worse.
Way better?
No, worse.
Even worse? Well, okay. Well, I can get off the call and wait for another time then.
Yeah, because it's just
That's
too
okay.
much echo in the background going on.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you so much for
All right, Albert.
taking
We'll
me on.
get back to
I did have a
you
question
next.
and
Yeah. We'll get back to you next time. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, Albert.
Thank you.
Thanks, Albert.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what did you think of it today? We ask that you go into the YouTube page, put a comment down, put a like down, share it on your social medias. If you know people that are couples that need healing too, here's an example for it. So we're going to call it an end of the show. Trent and Amanda will be back next week, as we are going to be doing a healing on Trent. Originally, I was going to split it between the 2 hours, but we had such motion inside Amanda that I felt it was just right to focus on her for the first show. And then she's going to be cleared up, and we can get into some of Trent's core issues where she can show her divine feminine holding space and let that flow. Any last words you guys want to have, Trent or Amanda?
I honestly, I just want to thank everyone for the support, for the assistance, for just the feeling of safety. I feel eternally grateful for everything, for every one of you.
Me as well. I mean, I can feel a huge difference from what I felt even from the beginning of the call. So I'm extremely grateful for all of you, and Andrew for having us on here. I appreciate that so much. And we're going to continue working and, healing until the next call. And I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.
And there's a new spark in you as well. I can see it's really inspiring.
I feel happy. I don't think I've smiled this much in years.
We can see it. If you would see the frown on your face when we started, go back and look at the video. and your whole face is smiling. You've got a glow to you.
Laura, do you want to tell everyone about the locals page?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So as many of you probably know, Two Feathers Medicine with Maty, Dale Tobin and myself is now the platform for Andrew's teachings going forward. So we are slowly moving over to locals. Actually, it's going really well. We encourage you to go over to twofeathersmedicine.locals.com, or just go onto locals.com and locate Two Feathers Medicine. There you can sign up for free. And we're gradually getting the hang of it and getting more and more posts, and some of our videos now also appearing on locals. So that will be our chosen platform of the future. There's not so much censorship. So we are creating a community there, which is fast becoming a healing community after today. And thank you both, Trent and Amanda. I've loved it. It's been wonderful being part of this. And I can't wait till next week now.
We're excited too. Looking forward to it.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Have a great day and spread it wide and spread it far. Come here to Two Feathers Medicine, Galactic Historian at Two Feathers Medicine at locals.com, or our YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, or anywhere else we are all at. And we will see you next week.
We'll do the outro with our smooth voice. Goodbye.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.